Hello, anybody who happens to be watching, and welcome to AJ Plays, a game that I don't really know much about. All I really know is that, actually, I don't really know that. I think main character's a girl, maybe, I'm not 100% sure. But the name of the game, according to what it says up here, is Dysfunctional Systems, Episode 1, Learning to Manage Chaos. It's available on Steam for money. Forget the exact amount. I'm not going to check. I think it's less than $10. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyways, I've had this for a while. It was on sale like I don't know, a couple months ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna install it, and then when I feel like it, I'm going to record it. I don't know how long this is, but yep. Choice will affect the outcome of the story. That's how most VNs work. Yeah, this is a VN, as far as I'm aware. Dischan presents Dysfunctional Systems, Episode 1, Learning to Manage Chaos. Yeah, that's the main character right there, I think. Okay, oh wait, hey, I can do full screen if I want. I don't know how loud I should have the music. Oh, and there's no voices. Darn, that means I'm gonna have to read out everything. Oh. Okay, well, oh, hey, look at this. Huh? Cover for the soundtrack. Who's that, though? I wonder why I'm looking at all these things right now. Probably look at them at the end of the game. But yeah, I like games that give you unlockable things as you go through. Just a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit more. Anyways, hopefully you'll be able to hear. Actually, I'm getting very paranoid. Working families across Brighton are no doubt issuing a collective sigh of relief today as the legislation for a minimum wage increase of 50 cents passed in Parliament early this morning. This bill comes after public outcry that the majority of Brighton citizens are without enough income, too poor to make ends meet after the recent increase in food prices, and this thing is zooming out. The change brings minimum wage for workers over 40 hours a week to $3.67 an hour, and workers working less to $3.20. Although welcomed by most, there has been stiff opposition toward the bill from foreign investors, primarily those from Gabbrea. Major Gabrian companies such as Ujco and Norkley have warned that wage increases would hurt Brighton's economy, arguing that the new rate would force more layoffs as they cannot afford as many employees. President Barnaby, who has been supportive of the legislation since its inception, retorted that well-fed employees were more productive and reminded Ujco and Norkley representatives that employing a Brighton citizen was still over 16 times less expensive than employing a citizen of their home country. Stocks did, however, take a moderate tumble after the approval of legislation. President Barnaby assured citizens that the drop should only be temporary and that the markets will begin to rise again after the initial shock has subsided. With this minimum wage increase, Barnaby has finally fulfilled the last of the campaign promises made during his 1523 campaign trail. Whether or not he manages to accomplish his 1520... Wait... 20... Okay, that's only 4 years. Okay, for some reason I thought it said like 12 right there, and I was like, what? That's many a year. With that, we conclude our hourly business report. Hourly? Next up, the latest in entertainment news. Without a doubt, I still find it strange. Everything strange. Bizarre. Really, if these worlds were nothing like my own, at least then I could appropriately flip out. But no, they're similar. Too similar. I keep slipping into a feeling of normalcy, only to have that sensation of strangeness slap me across the face at the first sight of something weird. There are plenty of weird sights around to do so, too. Like, for instance, these advanced-looking televisions in this decrepit-looking building, which I can only assume is an electronics store. They are the first things I've seen since arriving in this world that actually look somewhat new. Fancy, even. Up until now, everything has been old, ramshackle, and in various states of disrepair. Makes me feel very nervous. It's just so profoundly disturbing. Will I ever get used to this? I think that I will, some year or decade from now, if my mentor is any indication. Look at him. I don't know why I'm laughing, I just find this funny for some reason. Look at him, standing there so aloof, as if this was just another day to him, which, yeah, I suppose it is. Well, what do I know? Nothing. Winter. He looks funny. Just a bit. Oh, I already need to take a drink, I'm sorry. Just admire these two characters. I like... Yeah, okay, that's a girl. If not, then I'm ashamed of myself. But yeah, I like her. Yes. Wait, I haven't taken my drink yet. What am I doing? Okay. Sorry. I usually say my words, and then if I'm taking a drink, I usually say the words, and then let the actual voices continue with the conversation. What do you think? Think? About what? About what we just saw and heard. Oh. To be honest, I wasn't really thinking anything about it. Winter, we've only just started. Please try to focus. Yes, yeah, I will. Sorry. It's just... Well... I'm still finding it a bit hard to wrap my head around the idea of destructive conflict. Wait, what? Well, of course. I was the same when I first started out. Destructive conflict, doesn't that just mean war? I think? There aren't many examples of conflict at all in our world. Okay. Right. Might even find it surprising that war is actually a word in our dictionary. Totally! Why am I suddenly thinking about the world ends with you? Yet still. Winter, you'll come to understand conflict very well, don't worry. After all, you'll be doing nothing but dealing with it. Lame. Yup, okay, that's... Yes! Winter reminds me of, Neku. For some reason. Well, anyway. You read the material on this world, right? It should have been your homework. It was. Then tell me what you think. Perhaps it's time to admit that I didn't spend much of last night reading the material so much as turning the pages and glancing at them. I was tired and honestly found watching the bubbles in my soda significantly more captivating than the words in those spells. The way they merge with each other and crawl up the glasses is really incredibly pretty. You're certainly pondering rather hard there, Winter. You must be whipping up a dazzling answer. Brighton is poor? That's a fact, Winter, not a thought. Sorry, what I think is... Nothing! Look, what I've learned so far in class doesn't seem to be particularly applicable to this world, so I'm finding it a bit difficult to care. How can I care anyway? Besides all that, this is also disconnected from me. Plus, it's only my second world, for heaven's sake. I'm still flummoxed by the fact that other worlds exist. What am I supposed to think? What am I supposed to think when they just toss me into these places, give me a pat on the back, and say, "Be on your way, merry child"? Actually, here's a thought. What kind of a name is Brighton? That's a stupid name for a country. It sounds more like a town. The town of Brighton, population 40. Blah! I'll scream blah at Cyrus and any other mentor questions me like this. I mean, I won't, but I would. I completely, totally, and so would. For now, though, an awkward and wobbling smile is all I can muster. Look at his face. He's just like, uh-huh. Blah. Well, whatever. That's question mark? What do you think the next step is? Alright, cool, Winter, just remain calm and generally consider the question. Next thing to do, we need to learn things that weren't given? Right. Sir, I couldn't ask my last mentor. Why are the dossiers we get before we come to these places so thin? Well, it's because they are simply comprised of first-hand information, noteworthy things that mediators have gathered through observation and gleaned from prior trips to the world. You're lucky you even have that much. Sometimes you get sent to worlds that have never been visited before. Let me tell you, it's never fun when a surprise dragon flies out from behind a mountain, or when you realize that the person you've been talking to is really just a convincing projection, or worse, a robot. And once you start going into systems that threaten your definition of what being a world even means, good luck. Then again, only experienced mediators have to deal with such things. You won't be going to any unvisited worlds, at least definitely not yet. Oh. Another question. Why revisit worlds that have been helped? I mean, once an order is in place, everything should be fine, right? I mean... Cyrus frowns, but his expression seems more complicated than that. I say that because his frown isn't alone. In his eyes there is a glint of irritation, directed at no one in particular. As any glint, it's gone in a second, replaced by another thing that I can't quite decipher. Part of me is curious as to what it is, but most of me doesn't care. Well then, here's the short answer, because chaos cannot be contained or removed. Although it can be lessened by us, it will rise again over time. Sir, are you saying there's no point to anything? No. Chaos is not inherently bad, Winter. It is means by which all worlds are born and continue, even ours. Furthermore, it is the spark of evolution, plays key parts in those mutations which allow life to grow and improve itself. However, for life to succeed, there must also be order. It's like... well, it's like how cells must work together and organs must serve their purpose. You see, a system where chaos is stronger than order is likely to collapse, just as an organism which has succumbed to disease is likely to die. In short, we are not here to eradicate chaos, Winter. We are only here to keep it in check. Oh. Anyway, where do you think we should go next? Well, someplace with a lot of information, I suppose. Allow me to get thinking about such a place. Oh, surprise, I'm done. The answer is so obvious, it's insulting. After all, I had already gone there during my first mediation. The library! No, that's not it. Why would we go to the library? I get your line of thought. Libraries can tell you a lot about a world's history, and I would bet there are computers there too, considering the world we're in. Unfortunately, that kind of knowledge probably wouldn't be so helpful for this job. What about scholarly journals? Reliable sources? No, I think we should find a bar. Huh? What is it? Oh, well, I just had a thought. Are the bars here special, like library bars? I figured maybe you liked a drink as you read, maybe. Hmm. Winter, stop thinking about libraries. Sorry. This is already a basic game right here. Bars here should be normal as far as I'm aware. We'll head there because bars are where people go to talk. Cyrus then turns to walk away, as if it is the next natural thing to do. Well, it is not. I stand there incredulously for 3 full seconds before realizing that we were supposed to move ahead. Well, here we are, walking along. Is this a street? I've seen a few vehicles pass us by, so I guess it is. Or I should say that I've heard them, for they have been loud. They're pretty sorry excuses for transportation, though. They have these grotesque metal protrusions out of their fronts, which billow dark smoke and occasionally drip liquid. As if that weren't bad enough, most every frame of these things has looked like a bludgeon team went wild on it. They were such bewildering things that they distracted me from the matter at hand. Cyrus. Is he not going to elaborate at all? He just walked off after telling me that people talk at bars. Well... I don't want to judge Winter too much right now. But she's being kinda... not much common sense. If you're looking for information, like in an RPG, you go to a tavern. Because, you know, the barkeeps there usually get... you know what I mean. Thanks, Cyrus. I would not have guessed that people talk at places. Isn't he supposed to be teaching me? How could I learn anything with such vague statements? Well, Winter, well, you need to go to the ice cream parlor, Winter, because they sell food. Winter, well. Goodness, how annoying. Hasn't he been annoying since orientation? Pestering me and staring at me. An annoying and unlikable person, this Cyrus. With a reputation at that, I hear. I mean, seriously, don't people talk everywhere? Sir, don't people talk everywhere? Isn't that sort of thing humans are known for in general? Well, aren't you, Snippy? Oh crap, I just ruined everything, didn't I? I need to stop thinking so much or I'll let my thoughts slip out. I think I shouldn't have said it like that. He's my superior. I better lower my grade now. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to be. It's just a bit frustrating when you don't explain yourself properly. Oh, I thought it was most self-explanatory. Not really at all, sir. Well, maybe it is, but I don't really know anything about bars. I've never seen one. I've seen the never even seen the outside of one. Oh, that's right. We're not really into drinking back home, are we? I don't know if I would say that. Perhaps not everyone is the same. Well, bars are generally a place where people go to unwind. And the alcohol loosens their lips, so to speak. Why is he smiling at that? Also, I like the very subtle changes in the facial expression for him. Definitely a change from most other ones that I've played, at least so far. They'll talk about almost anything, themselves, their troubles, and often the root of the problem will involve what is troubling the world's people. It's a useful place to visit. Speaking of problems, what was the issue of the last world you visited? Pollution. The world was kind of oldish and much less practical than ours. They kept throwing out their stuff wrong and had bad ways of making energy. The water ended up getting poisoned and a lot of them were sick. Long-term project, I assume? Yeah, my mentor had already been working on it for a while before I came. I think it was around 5 months. That's so. Glad I'm assigned short-term projects. It'd be something awful to get stuck with the same problem for nearly a year. I agree, but I don't know about the way you said that. How long did you shadow her? 3 days. Not very long. I see. You've never had alcohol, have you? I'm going to guess age right here is 16. What was that? What? 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 No, sir, I would never. I mean, I'm too young. I stop at my tracks and he stops to turn. So far, there's been not much. I'm just. Okay. His lips then curl up in a kind of oh ho expression, and oh ho. Now my innocence ripe to be defiled. Yes, back away. It is creepy. No, you wouldn't do anything against the rules, would you? Is that a test? A trick? A challenge? No, sir, I would not. I smile bronze at this, and my discomfort increases. You know, Winter. You know, Winter. Each world you visit will have its own laws, its own customs, and its own social graces. You're going to have to learn to make your mind a little more flexible if you want to succeed. I'm going to have you drink some alcohol. Drink some alcohol at the bar. Excuse me? The look of terror. I don't want to. Besides, I'm underage. It's against the law. Not in this world. Well, Winter, in many cultures you will be expected to drink even at your current age. You should be ready for that, and you should know the effects alcohol has on yourself and others. What? He's making so much logical sense, but I can't stop suspecting him about having some ulterior motive. Or just messing with her. He's telling me to break the law? Whoa, no. No, that is completely out of my comfort zone. I probably hate alcohol even. Right? I do not want to do this. I mean, I know we're in another world, so it's not really the law, but... No, this is my conviction. I was born and raised to a set of rules, and I think it would be best to live by them. It's like what I learned in class. One might think it best to try absorbing all aspects of culture met. However, it is not advisable. In absorbing a culture, you run the risk of becoming absorbed by that culture as well. Readers should not forget who they are. I am Winter Harrison. I will not be shaken by this. Last name Harrison? I don't think I can do that, sir. Winter. That's an order. This is part of your training. If you do not drink alcohol at the bar, I will be forced to fail you. What? That isn't... Is she hissing at him? That's not allowed. You can't make me do anything. I most certainly can. I'm your mentor. Only for today. Only for today, and you aren't always going to be that. Besides, you can't threaten me because I have my convictions and I won't forget who I am. Oh, darn! Apparently, I had Facebook open somewhere. Give me a second. I'm gonna close it. Closed. Okay, I can get back to that later. I'm right. I can tell I'm right because my cheeks are flushed, my heart is pounding, and he looks wounded. Such logic. I heard him. I struck out against him and he knows he's wrong. It isn't just enough that he's hurting inside, though. I need to... No, Winter, stop. I need to teach him a lesson. I need to knock it into him. Therefore, I will raise this trembling arm and trembling fist. I will raise it and grit my teeth and I'll... You're not gonna punch him, are you? I'll punch him right in his pathetic looking chest. This soft impact. Just like... What? Winter, what is this? I'm rebelling against you. This is... Did you just punch me? I nodded my head quickly with purpose. You did? What does it look like? My fist smashed to your ribs, didn't it? Well, smashed is... I ship them. All of a sudden, my hair goes puff. as if something heavy has lightly fallen on it. This isn't... Oh my god. I glance up to find Cyrus resting his hand on my head. Although I know what he's doing, in fact I just said so, I still am compelled to ask. What are you doing? Winter. Fine, I won't force you to drink. You mean you can't? I mean I won't. I will, however, put forth a stern suggestion. It would be very wise of you to drink. It will help you ease into the taste of another place. I know what they've taught you, and I'd be lying if I said I ignore what I've learned. Just remember the way it's worded. You're allowed to let yourself go a little, just don't forget. I haven't forgotten, and neither have you, it seems. But you shouldn't be afraid of stepping outside of yourself, if only for a little while. In a sense, that's what you're already doing in being here. So I urge you, Winter. Have a pint. I'll... just a little. Good enough. Well, there's a bar. Come on, Winter. That's a bar? What makes it any different from the other stores? It looks just the same from the outside. They don't seem to pride themselves on distinction out here. I rub my hand through my hair and grimace. I wonder if all the storefronts look like this. Maybe they're all bars? What a terrible thought. What if this is a culture which loves to drink? Will I be expected to drink a lot? I hope not. Warily, I begin to follow Cyrus. Ah, what am I doing? This is so illegal. I wonder if I can report this. Welp, it has been about 20 minutes. And that is... There. There we go. Just in case I've accidentally clicked an X. No. Okay. That has been part 1 of episode 1 of Dysfunctional Systems, Learning to Manage Chaos. This seems like it's going to be a great thing here. I'm just worried that they're putting forth they're putting forth way too much stuff at the beginning, and then it's just gonna end up petering out near the end. You know what I mean? But so far, it's great. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful thing right now. I ship them, even though I probably shouldn't. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I'll see you in the next part, which I am going to do right now, because I really want to continue this, because it's just a beautiful thing. Anyways, see you in... for you a day, for me 2 seconds. Bye.